Hi traders, just over half an hour ago before this Dow closes, assuming if we sell off into the close, then we end up with a shooting star up there. At the moment we are holding up. So following on from the good jobs figures on Friday, I would not swing trade that. You know, we've got a lot of resistance up here, and yeah, you need a big stop to take that one, so I would just leave that, just take that as a measure of the appetite for risk. Hesitant bar in the euro, literally just clinging on to the 50 EMA and that pivot there. So a little bit of a positive Monday, but slightly shaky. Yeah, we didn't get a confident finish. The pound, same story. I bought the lows at the pound, got some of that run, not enough I have to say. It's finished okay, but just under the 50 EMA there, so it's positive the fact the lows got bought, but not a great close. Could have done with a close above 156.25. Okay, let's have a look at oil at this stage. Oil, very thin volume, but held up really well. Not easy to trade today. I would have wanted it to pull back to the daily pivot at 90, and it wouldn't do it, so I didn't trade it. And what else have we got? Let's have a look at this good one. This is the pound Aussie dollar, just sitting on that major support doing nothing. We've got rates decision overnight on the Aussie dollar, which is why I've been following this one. But that's a hammerlight, but this is the Aussie Swissy daily. That's a hammerlight bar there, so I will have to leave that. I did trade this, but I kept a tight stop because I wanted it. It had 6 hours of buying, 6 hours of higher closing in the 60 minutes, so didn't want to sit on a very strong pair when we were going into major data. There's a lot of data going on the Swissy as well. Aussie US holding up as we go into the rate decision overnight. So we'll see where that one takes us. US dollar yen, it's a really choppy, sloppy pair, just not doing it. It looks as if it's about to move up. There it's failed at resistance of 78.60. A lot of support underneath. So it's below the 8 and the 20 EMA. So that one is definitely off the radar for now. I'll just keep a check on it. The strength of the dollar, that's US dollar CAD, lower close. This is US dollar Swissy, lower close. Is there a setup there? Yeah. We look at that resistance, now we're sitting right on support. But it's effectively a reversal bar under the 50 EMA. That is a potential short, but so that shows you the strength in the pound is very positive. That's weakness in the US dollar Swissy and the US dollar CAD is very positive for the pound. Sorry, I just want to clarify that. Aussie CAD sitting at the top. And the yen pairs, I thought the yen would be weaker this week, and so far the dollar's weaker. So that pound yen is not tradable. Okay, so I mean there's no swing trades here, particularly with that shaky euro. Let's just see, we're getting a little bit closer to the closing it down. At the moment it's holding up. So as we go into Tuesday, not a lot setting up. I mean, bullish closes. Dow, the euro, the pound and the oil have all closed higher. I certainly would, if I get 91.45, still buying quite high. We're miles away from the 8 and the 20 here on the oil. So the markets are tricky. I would suggest, yeah, I think a lot of you are day traders. I would just suggest you look at these. Watch where the daily pivots come out tomorrow on these charts, and look for price action around the pivots. Okay, so nothing I can really say I recommend for a trade here. I just keep a very close eye on the Aussie pairs and the Swissy pairs. Let's have a look at the Swissy yen while we're at it. Yeah, so that didn't really do. They're trapped in ranges, a lot of these charts, so it's very difficult to hang your hat on a good chart. I was looking for a stronger finish in the euro yen. It's just not done it. So, you know, a very flat day. Data tomorrow is so Aussie rates overnight. A lot of Swissy data the very first thing, 8 AM UK time. Manufacturing production 9:30. There's a lot of splattering of data pretty much throughout the Euro and the US session tomorrow. Italian GDP, that's interesting. That could have a major bearing on the markets tomorrow. So you can see with the lack of data today and the wide spread of data tomorrow, it's making these markets hard to trade. But overall, we have got bullish consolidations. Just need to buy pullbacks in these charts. And this, of all the charts here, I think the pound is probably one of the stronger. Got that's an 8 and 20 EMA underneath that chart now. So that's a pretty bullish close. Alright, let's see if we get some better moves tomorrow, and we'll get going in the room and see what we can call in the room. On the 60-minute charts, I did call this one, but the only one I called. It held this S1, and it was the same place that we came up from Friday's area here. There's a major pivot there. We came up from there. That was the Asian highs on Friday. So we held this area here today, and we just kept closing higher. And even as late into the evening, we are still closing higher, only with a couple of red bars there. So the pound is very strong. My concentration tomorrow will be very much towards the pound. Okay, see you tomorrow.